Oh shit. Let me just. Oh shit, we're rolling. Ooh, I look like Gossamer by the head. Fuck. What's up, world? I'm JMAX. Well, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're not new here, you've been to the channel before, you subscribe to the channel. Hey friends. This is not a reaction video. I know that's what y'all are used to, and I know y'all looking for more. There will be more coming out soon, I promise y'all. But I did want to do a part 2 to the get to know me video that I did about 2 years ago. And when I did it that time, I did it on my birthday. So we're doing it on my birthday again. So I thought, what better way to bring in 31 than by giving y'all 31 more pieces of information about me. So this is a get to know me part 2. Let's get into it. I am, super late. I have this horrible tendency to come home at 5 o'clock, not have much to do, go to sleep and sleep until like 8, 9, and then get up and I'm up in the middle of the night. And which you would think I would use to record reaction videos, but I don't because of where I live and how kind of disruptive that can be to other people. But yeah, we go to bed somewhere between probably like 12:30 and 2 a.m. It's currently 12:56 a.m. when I'm filming this video. But oh my God, I look for loyalty for sure, but not a distorted sense of loyalty or like loyal to a fault. I want you to tell me when I'm wrong because I'm damn sure gonna tell you when you're wrong. But I look for that. I look for someone who is authentic, transparent, but also that I can trust. I look for, a sense of trust, no jealousy. We all win together. I just like that type of a friend or that type of friend group. What is your funny? I'm gonna go with my senior year for homecoming. I was in band all 4 years of high school. We typically would be in the parade, marching, doing our thing, but I didn't want to my senior year. I was part of the Spanish club, so we decided to do a float. And it was mostly like luchadors. It was based on like wrestling and stuff like that. So I think the best part of it was the face painting aspect of it. And then being on the float, I was the good wrestler versus the bad wrestler. And I had a catchphrase of, I think, Voy a matarte, which I think means I'm going to kill you or something like that. Yeah, YouTube, don't get me for that. I already didn't really like the person, so it kind of worked out that I could pretend to kick his ass, even though I couldn't in real life when I really wanted to and should have a couple of times. But yeah, that would be my favorite memory from high school. What is your favorite? I think most people would tell you transparency. Very blunt, very honest, but very kind-hearted, and I care about people. And sometimes the way I show that care can be very direct. And I try to be somewhat empathetic in some situations, but I don't know. I'm super just sarcastic, authentic, and blunt to most people. Some people love it. Other people are like, you gotta be a little bit nicer in your delivery, and then others are like in between. So I think that's my best trait, outside of just being a very just caring person. Oh my God, there could be so many of those. Something a lot of people don't know about me, and I don't know if this is common, I'm double jointed in both of my elbows. So like if you see, it just kind of bends all the way back, and the other one does the exact same thing. So I'm able to easily do a back bend because of that. I feel like I'm supposed to say something physical here, but I really don't. I'm more observant of personalities when I get to know people. So if I had to pick something physical, it would probably be their hair or like their eyes or something like that. But 9 times out of 10, I'm checking more for that personality than I am how they look. I'm like, what kind of person are you? Do I want to be around you? Yeah, that kind of thing. I'm gonna take it to astrology here. I'm an air sign, so I think anything that is in the wind, so maybe a bird. If I had to do something more grounded, I absolutely love foxes. I think I said this in the last video. So somewhere in between those, maybe even an owl. I think an owl would be the best representation because quiet, perched, not bothering nobody, but will swoop down and do what I need to do if I need to. It varied. When I started high school, I was a math person. I love math. Then we got to pre-cal and I was like, fuck that shit. I fell in love more so with English and literature. I did AP literature, and yeah, I like to write. That was something that I did then. I don't write much now, but I like to write back then and like to read. So my first job, I was actually a substitute hairstyle teacher. And from there, I spent 3 years working as a long-term sub, and then an assistant teacher, and then an assistant teacher and in-house IT specialist for my community action hairstyle program. So that was my first job. I didn't have the most traditional first job. I applied for things like McDonald's and fast food and retail. I tried to be a car pusher. Like nobody would hire me. So when I applied to be, I think a maintenance man or a custodian for the hairstyle program, they were like, you look like a teacher. you should be a sub. And that's how they processed me. The rest was history. I went back to it a few years later after I graduated with my master's and I was in between jobs. So I've taught and been in education for a long time. Okay, so my current job, I'm a residence hall director. I think I posted in the community tab not too long ago letting y'all know that I moved for like the 3rd time in a year because the place I work at, we just shift buildings pretty frequently, which is pretty interesting. Fun fact for those of y'all who watched my videos last year, before I moved into, I put pictures of me in different backgrounds. Literally, I'm in the exact same apartment that I was in last year. I'm just filming my videos in a different bedroom. There are 2 bedrooms in all of our apartments. So I decided to set this bedroom up for filming this time. And when I do reaction videos, I'll be behind the camera at my actual desk. Definitely not what's on my head currently. This is a blowout that has definitely lived past its utilization. My go-to hairstyle is more so a wash and go. For those in the natural hair community that know about it, for a lot of guys who might watch my videos, it's just the curly hair method or the curly hair routine, I think is what we call it. It's really a wash and go. Straight up lock G method, leave-in oil condition, or I do LCOG, sorry. Leave-in curling cream or curl stimulator. A little bit of oil to seal that in and the right stronghold gel, and that's why my hair is typically curlier. Lately, it's the summer, it's hot, it's humid. I don't have time to fight with it, so I just blow it out and I let it be. That's what I've been doing. I have not. So I tell you all the time, I'm very, very introverted. And there are certain things that I guess kind of exacerbate the introvert in me, and big, large crowds like that are one of them. So I would love to do that. You know, I think I have to be in the right brain for it. I just have not ever done it yet. Okay, I remember doing this in the last video. I told you what my current song was then, and I think it might have been a music song, but my all-time favorite song, y'all gonna drag me for this, cause it's so fucking generic. It's not anything monumental. It's not a song that is like huge, or like, it was huge, but it's not a song you would think is somebody's all-time favorite song. But I'm gonna tell y'all can roast me in the comments. It's literally The Way, Carrie Hilson. And it's more so because of that time in my life, how that song made me feel as a kid. Like, I don't know what it was just so different for me. And like, I could give y'all the full origin and history behind why it made me feel away and why it still takes me to a very happy place. But that's my favorite song. Go ahead and say what y'all gonna say about that. And that's simple. I think going back to what we just talked about and what time I go to bed, for sure we'll be going to sleep a little bit earlier so I can get more rest. At night, I feel like I would be a little bit more efficient and I wouldn't come home at 5 and crash. And then there's a 4-hour lull where I could have been doing something more productive, like reaction videos that I don't do. I know it. Most memorable childhood memory, oof, there are a lot of those. There are a lot of those. I think for me, anytime I traveled with my family, that was always a childhood memory because we went through all of the highs, the lows, we got on each other's nerves, we loved each other, and then we departed. So I would say probably that, and then probably the yearly visits to the water park that I would take with the other side of my family, where we just all got on a big ass bus and we would go, we would cook, we would eat, slide down the water slide, be in the wave pool. That was something that was just like, I miss it as an adult. Oh my God, incompetence at the highest level. I do not do well with incompetence. Somebody that is just dense and stupid, like I can't, fathom it. I think as a practitioner who works with college students on a day-to-day basis, I definitely have grown to know how to handle it. But like when I'm working with other professionals or other grown-ups, I'm looking at them like, how the fuck are you this stupid? Like I don't think I'm the smartest person in the world, but we talking common sense things when I say incompetence. That is a huge pet peeve of mine. That someone who is messy, yeah, really it's the incompetence for me. Like I can't do that. That, and then something in just today's realm, this damn stand culture that y'all inherit, where you like this one, don't like that one, and if somebody like me is objective or neutral and we like both sides of it, y'all got an issue with that, it's disrespectful. That is another pet peeve of mine. So incompetence and stand culture / cancel culture to a degree. Those would be two. Ooh, I think I prefer to live in the country, but I would love access to the city. That's something that, as an introvert, I like being able to go and do things. Like I love shopping. I love bigger like areas to shop and do little things in or even work in. But when I go home at night, I definitely want to retreat to a very quiet place. So a combination of the both, honestly. Definitely Instagram. I think that's just an age thing. I definitely use Instagram the most. I would say, particularly for those of y'all who watch these videos and then people who get to know me in certain contexts, while I can be very, very mouthy and like verbally confrontational, I'm probably still one of the most non-confrontational people you will meet in real life. You know, I might preach and say I'll beat somebody's ass, but that's not gonna be my first go-to. You're gonna have to provoke it. But my thought process and how I verbalize it sometimes is not the same. So I do wish y'all understood I'm not as violent or anything like that, because I've seen some comments under certain videos that I posted in the past where people are like, oh my God, you know, you would revert to violence, or you would say this, you would say that, and I'm like, come on, bro. It's just a figure of speech for me at this point, but in real life, I would have to definitely be provoked or touched first. I'm not gonna just go around swinging on people. That's just, no. My current coffee order, so it's the summer, and I have to like preface this by saying typically around the summer my body begins to reject coffee. It doesn't taste good to me, it doesn't feel good, and I find myself going to sleep after a cup of coffee. So in the summertime my body just rejects it and I start to drink more tea. So I'm currently on matcha. That's what I replace for my caffeine. That's what I replace coffee with for caffeine, sorry. So my current order has definitely been matcha tea lattes, as well as matcha frappuccinos and matcha lemonades. Those are what I love during the season, in addition to other just different tea infusions just to get my energy and my caffeine in. But yeah, outside of that, whenever my body does decide it wants coffee again, I told y'all in the last video, I'm a cold brew person. I love a good cold brew with all the flavors and all the things, and then sometimes just black with a little sweetener. Oh my God, y'all going. I say all the time I love loving hip hop. Shout out to Jocelyn, because Ho Why As You Hear will always be something that I just quote. It's just epic to me. I don't always agree with everything else that she does or that she did, but like some of her quotes were just infamous. So for sure, Ho Why As You Hear. Max is my nickname. I say that quite often, you know. J Maxwell is my preferred, like what I go by. It's how I stylize my name. My first name is Jordan. It's on my neck right now. Maxwell is my middle name, so I go by Max. I am recently single, actually. I dated off and on last year and into some of the beginning of this year, and did not quite work out. So we are single as of like January. My mom, I look just like her. Like she literally look like she spit me the fuck out. I do resemble parts of my dad and my dad's family, but like if you put me right next to my mom, most people think she's my sister. And ooh, shit. It's been a while. It's been a good minute. I think the older you get, the less you find yourself embarrassed by things that you probably should be embarrassed by. I'm telling y'all, something about hitting 30, you be like, what the fuck? I don't give a damn anymore. Embarrass myself. Damn. I don't have one. I didn't actually, you know, in picking the questions, I probably should have took this one out. I don't have an embarrassing moment recently. Yeah, I'm trying to think, is there a most embarrassing moment that I can give y'all? Most embarrassing, I don't know. Like I said, I think honestly, once I hit a certain age, certain things that I think should embarrass people just don't embarrass me that much anymore. A lot of times I just roll with the punches, so if I do something that I guess should be embarrassing, I just get up and brush it off and keep moving. Life lesson for y'all, as you get older, you don't get embarrassed as much. You just be like, what the fuck, I'm gonna move on, we got this. My morning routine is to hit snooze as many times as possible, tell Google to leave me the fuck alone, and then tell Siri to go the fuck away. Sorry, that was real aggressive. But for sure, I definitely hit the snooze button a lot, and then I get up and I stumble to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth, do all the things, get dressed. And then as soon as I think I'm good to walk out the house, I look in the mirror and realize I still have a bonnet on and I haven't done anything to my hair. And then I have to do that. And then from there, we make a cup of matcha or something like that, and then we walk the 2 minutes to my office. Because if y'all don't know, I have a living position. I live where I work. My office is like 2 minutes away. I just walk to it. As a kid, I wanted to be, you know, that triple threat. You know, I wanted to be an actor, singer, dancer, all the things. I definitely would sing and dance a lot. act a lot. Those are things that in the rural South, you know, some daddies might look at you and say, the fuck are you doing? And so it kind of discouraged it a little bit. And I was like, okay, I gotta have, you know, a little bit more of a realistic goal for life. But I definitely wanted to be, you know, famous, if you will. And then it shifted to me wanting to be a lawyer, because I like to argue. Had a slick ass mouth. You can ask my family, they were like, this boy smart. Not in like the intelligence way, like he just got a smart ass mouth. Was that. And somebody scared me one day and was like, what happens if you lose a case and somebody shoots you or something like that? That's literally what someone said to me. And I was like, you know what? I ain't know there were different types of law you could practice where you might not interact with that kind of criminal, but it scared me away from it. So first dream job was to be famous, be, you know, this entertainer. Second was to be a lawyer. And then from somewhere between there, it was like film editor, and I settled on tech. And then after tech, it was educator. I currently live in Georgia. From Alabama originally. I probably will be transitioning back to Alabama very soon. We'll see. I haven't lived a lot of places. I have not lived a lot of places. I think my favorite experiences in being an adult that lived away from home would for sure be in West Virginia. Primarily because I had Ohio and Pennsylvania right there as well. I spent a lot of time in Pittsburgh and in different parts of Ohio, just kind of having fun. I think being that far away from home was probably, I would say maybe my favorite, just because of what it taught me and how it molded me as an adult. Like, I really didn't have mom and grandma or dad, you know, granddad. I have nobody to just like lean on. So it was my favorite experience because I truly sat there and grounded out. Sometimes I was working 2 jobs and driving for Uber Eats, Lyft, doing all the things. And it just made me this stronger, more resilient adult. So that's why it's my favorite place. Not because it was just the best place to live. It was very behind in times in a lot of ways. I definitely like to drive. I love flying. I have no issues with flying. But driving for me is peaceful. That's when I'm listening to podcasts. That's when I'm listening to music. That's when I'm catching up on those types of things. But that's also when I'm taking time to just talk to God and be reflective and just kind of make different ideas and plans for my life in my head that I then sit down and write out and try to figure out how I can, you know, manifest in reality. This would probably be a good question for my family or even my coworkers. I'm pretty sure they would tell you I have one. I don't know. I don't know. Probably I'm dead, I'm weak, I'm deceased or something like that. I don't really know. What I will say though is that when I first started this channel, I definitely was trying to be intentional with some of the phrasing that I use, because I was gonna brand it and merch it. Not brand it like in, you know, the registering of it, but I was gonna use it for merch. So like, if you watch my videos early on, you know I used to say yikes a lot. Yikes was gonna be like a catchphrase or a catch reaction to style phase. That, and then I think in these videos, I know for sure I say oh damn a lot because that's something I do say a lot. But I don't think I have like an outright catchphrase. For those of y'all that are subscribed and y'all watch my videos, y'all tell me in the comments, do I have any weird sayings that I say a lot that y'all notice? Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so that's the end of that. I thank all of y'all that stayed to the end and listened to all 31, you know, pieces of information. This one I thought was cool. It's a little lighter than the last one with some heavy moments in there. But for sure, let me know what y'all thought about this. If y'all have other questions, leave them in the comments below. And for those of y'all who are like, Max, we don't want to see this shit, we ready for another reaction video. I'm putting more reactions out later today. I just wanted to do this for fun. So let me know your thoughts about this below. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next reaction video. Peace.